What's up, YouTube? Happy Wednesday. CHF here, bringing you another episode of Coaching Handheld Football. And there is really nothing new in the news today, but there's a couple of new things in the game that I wanted to chat with, starting about this NFL Draft Legend player. So they added a new pack to the store that costs 3,000 Madden Cash that gives you an NFL Draft Legend collectible. Now, with that collectible, you would need to buy 4 of them. So essentially, for 12,000 Madden Cash, you can buy one of the NFL Draft Legends. These are the guys like the Randy Moss, the Dan Marino that we've been looking at all week. And people are already spending money because if you look in the auction house, there's a ton of Randy Mosses. There's a ton of all of these guys. So I thought I would just bring that to you and alert you. There is also a chance to spend 250 stamina and get anywhere from 50 to 500 free Madden Cash for 250 stamina. So let's go ahead and talk about it, and then we'll hop into some coaching. So essentially what you would do is you would go here to the home screen and head into the draft. Now, they're not there because I've already done them, but up at the top, there are basically 5 rounds of draft picks where you have to pick one or the other. And I'm going to give you my predictions on those, and basically, if you're wrong, you get 10 Madden Cash. If you're right, you get 100 Madden Cash, and there's a total of 5 collectibles that you can get from this. So let's go ahead and look at my items here, and I'll tell you what I picked for these particular things. So starting here, I think the first one, that there are going to be 5 or fewer trades in round 1. I think a lot of teams want to trade, but there's a cost associated with trading. I do think there's going to be a trade pretty high up there, but I don't think we're going to see 5. I think maybe 3 or 4 tops. If I'm wrong, 10 Madden Cash. If I'm right, 100 Madden Cash. Next, will there be a trade in the top 5 picks? I personally think there will be a trade in the top 5 picks. Specifically, I think the Bills or Patriots. A lot of people are predicting it in their mock drafts, and I'm going to go and agree with kind of the consensus of the experts. Next, will there be more defensive players or more offensive players picked in round 1? I personally think that there is going to be a lot of defensive players picked. Defense wins championships, and I do think that more teams are going to be looking for defense. I think there's a little bit more defensive talent this year, so I do think that it's going to be more defensive players. And then 5 or running backs and wide receivers in round 1 or less. I think there's only going to be 4. I think that it's going to be quite a few quarterbacks, some offensive guards, tackles, and offensive linemen, maybe a tight end or 2. But honestly, I don't think there's going to be that many running backs or wide receivers that go in round 1 this year. And then finally, will there be 2 or fewer quarterbacks picked in the top 4? I think we're going to see 2. I'm not 100% sure on which ones they are going to be because there's a lot of noise out there and a lot of speculation about these. I just don't think that we're going to see 3 of the top 4 picks being quarterbacks. I think, Barkley's definitely going to be a top 4 pick. And honestly, I don't see all of them going. I don't see three others going to quarterbacks. But those are my picks. Let me know what your picks are and how you guys are approaching this live event. But hey, it's free Madden Cash. I gotta say, EA, you've been very generous with the free Madden Cash this year. So I appreciate that between the tournaments, the head-to-head seasons and everything else. I think it is a nice change. Granted, there is a lot more, pay to win and pay to play. But you're at least giving us free-to-play guys a lot of stuff. And honestly, this draft promo has been absolutely stellar for my squad. I've made a ton of investments. I've got a lot of draft picks lined up. And my team has gotten quite a bit better. I'm up to a 107 offense and a 112 defense. I picked up Jimmy Graham. I picked up on defense Richard Sherman. I picked up Geno Atkins. So I've completed 3 of those masters by just grinding my tail off, working the auction house a little bit, and just a tip. This is my thought on the coin situation right now, because I think there's actually an opportunity to make some coins, and I want to share that with you. So when you look at the sets here, okay? So when we look at the sets specifically, we still have in the draft set that you can get a random top 10 pick for 2 of the 105 draft deal players. Those players are going pretty regularly for somewhere between like 200,000 to 250,000. So for less than 500,000, you're going to guarantee yourself a 115 or better player. If it's a top 5, it's going to be a 117. If it's a 6 through 10, it's going to be a 115. And honestly, go look in the auction house yourself. Just do a search, 115 or higher, and see how many players are going for 500,000 or less. I don't think you'll find very many snipes that are buy it now. You may get a few bids, but one of 2 things is going to happen in my mind when I just think about how this is going to play out. We're either going to see prices come down on the rest of the 117, 116, and 115 players to match that, or those cards are going to be worth a lot more. So I've actually invested pretty heavily into these picks, and I may even invest more, specifically on Monday when people are getting a ton more of these players. But honestly, that may be too late. People may realize, hey, we're getting a ton of 115s or 117s that are going to drive the prices up on those. I don't know. As I say, diversify what you invest in, but this is a possible investment choice, and I personally am investing a little bit in it. So there's an intro that includes the news, how you can make some free Madden Cash, and even a potential coin tip. So let's go ahead and hop into some coaching. All right, guys, so we are going up against Wings and Beer, hashtag Football Sundays. I'm going up against Caleb, a 108 defense. And let's go ahead and hop into this. Going to take you through, going to call some of the same plays just because they're great plays to use. But I want to show you at least a couple of new plays today, specifically an alternative to fullback flare. We're seeing it countered more and more. So I'm going to go in detail about a different play that you can use, and we'll just go from there. So I'm going to start it off trips corner strike. I kind of explained it ad nauseum yesterday, so I'm not going to explain it again. But here we look to hit Evans, who's wide open since Fuller was guarded. Unfortunately, he just can't bring down the catch. So we set up a 2nd and 10. I'm going to go empty trip stick. We've got dime man coverage here. Talked about this one a lot yesterday. You're going to see it again. It's quickly becoming one of my new favorite plays. But against man coverage, we just take the free scramble. The whole right side of the field is going to be left open, and you can get just massive yards off of this play. So sets up a 1st and 10, and we're going to go back with another play that I like. It's counter breakable, trips tight end, wide receiver corner. Now we've got a nickel man coverage. We know that because the guy who's lined up on Graham took a little step, and against man coverage, Graham is going to be usually your guy who you get your tight end. You're just going to hit him on the out route. If it was countered, you can usually get the ball off to the halfback. So there he goes out, and he's easily able to take that up, grab the 1st down, sets up a 1st and 10, and we're just going to keep moving along the line here. Gonna go back here and actually use a different play. Going to show you guys double hitch. Now we've got a 3-4 man coverage. We know that because the corners on the outside took a little step. If you watch Defense 101, we talk about how to recognize man versus zone. Against man coverage, you've actually got a couple of different options. You can usually, because the defender is going to stay behind your guy on the curl routes are great against man coverage. However, double hitch also has this corner route and this post route that you could potentially go to. And I like to look for those, especially if you've got a good tight end. So you'll see here, we're going to go ahead and run the play. And Evans, if we pause it right there, Evans and Baldwin, I could hit either one of those guys with a bullet and get an easy 5 to 7 yards. They'd pretty quickly be tackled. However, as you can see, I'm going to slow this down. We have Graham going on this corner route, and he's got one-on-one coverage if you lob it over that one. Now, despite having 120 catch and 120 catch in traffic, he can't come down with that, but it was worth the shot. 2nd down, run play, trips tight end, halfback counter. We've got this dime man formation here. And honestly, this is one of the best runs on 2nd down. 2nd down is usually going to force dime or nickel, so you're going to have a size advantage on the field. And you're either going to take this to the outside or sometimes go up the middle. In this case, we're just going to take this one to the outside. I'm going to try and cut back to set a block there. Throw out that stiff arm to get extra yards. And we're already in the goal line. Now, I said I was going to do a different goal line play, and we're going to break down weak eye triple post. This is probably one of the best plays other than fullback flare. In fact, I've been liking it even more just because it's not a good play. So people don't really counter it. Now, there is a gold defensive unit that counters it, but at this point, most people have better defensive units because that's not a good defensive unit. And all you're going to do on this play is snap the ball, take a step or two back, and just hit your tight end. He's going to be basically left alone because everybody comes up. He's got the one guy guarding him boxed off, and it's a nice, easy 6 points. Here we go, bunch spacing. We're once again against this 4-3 zone. I've covered it before. Hold up at a 45-degree angle, snap the ball, and immediately scramble, and we're in for our first 8 points on the day. We'll go ahead and speed this up, jump into drive number 2, and continue to go from there. But honestly, I've been liking triple post a lot. It also can work at 4th and 2 or less. It's not as reliable as some other 4th and 2 options, so I don't use it there a ton. However, it can get a huge home run, like from anywhere on the field. So here we go, trips corner strike. I talked about it yesterday. I forgot to pull up the actual play art, but basically Evans or Fuller, and someone mentioned it, there's occasionally like a double wide or a blitz coverage that can come in where you're not going to have time to hit either of them. If that's the case, you want to go to wide receiver 2, the X route. He's going to do basically a curl route. However, on this one, we're looking to either the slot or wide receiver 1. And the slot's covered, so we're getting wide receiver 1. We hit him deep with a bullet. He catches it for a big first down. So 1st and 10, and we're going to stick with the same script. I'm going to try and give you guys some different plays from time to time just to keep some variety on the channel. But I'm not going to change smart play calling, and smart play calling is recycling play. So here we go. We've got dime zone this time, trips tight end, wide receiver corner, and against this dime zone, the tight end is still your ideal target. He gets open on that out route against man or zone. So here we go. We watch him go out. He's open. Technically, could have been picked. That was actually not the ideal one. He couldn't catch it. But here we go. Trips tight end, halfback counter against dime zone. Against this one, it's actually probably better against zone to cut it up the middle because I feel like with the zone coverage, they block out the outside. And if you don't get a truck, you're going to get shut down if you don't get the good block. Just like that. So it sets up a 3rd and 12, and we're going to go right back to empty trips stick. We've got dime man coverage. Didn't pull up the play art because we talked about this play for the past 2 days, but we're just going to use the free scramble here. We set it out. We go out on an angle, and look at this. Once he hits the line of scrimmage, takes off, Jared Goff's speed takes it all the way to the house. All the way to the house. Didn't even burn my scramble, so I'm still able to use bunch spacing. We've got counter formation here since it's a dime man coverage, so you hold back on the stick. If you see him come through, immediately hit that scramble button and go for the loop around. It doesn't work all the time, but it's pretty darn consistent. I would say you can break that counter at least half the time once you practice it, but you do need to practice it. It's not automatic, and it does take proper timing. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into drive number 3, see if we can finish strong with a 3-touchdown performance and start getting the score up. Yesterday, we got shut down by that 9% critical high snap softy. But here we go, trips corner strike. Once again, not even going to explain it. Talked about it already. The flat's guarded, so we're going deep to Evans, who can't catch it despite being a really, powered up receiver. Once again, trips tight end, halfback counter. We got man coverage, so we're going to take this to the outside and grab an easy first down. So just moving down the field, sticking with the script. We got dime man once again on wide receiver corner, so we're going to look to hit Graham on that out route, wide open, get a little truck. Can't break it after that, but 1st and 10, just going to keep moving down the playbook, and we're going to actually have to go right back to empty trips stick here. Now we've got nickel man coverage here, so we're once again going to have that nice, easy, free scramble. The whole right side of the field is open, and because I made it to the sideline, I'm okay moving forward. Now I'm going to go back, check the script. Can't go back to anything because I've only run 4 plays, so I'm going to test something new, and I'm going to test something safe. Halfback dive weak. Now, this is actually a 3-4 under coverage. This is counter formation, but this play can actually break counters. So here we go. It's actually a critical, and we break that critical for positive yards. And now we can go right back to the rotation. Trips corner strike, 4-3 zone coverage, and we're going to look here. Fuller is open. He's the dump off. We take it and just get as many yards after the catch as we can. Sets up another 1st and 10. And here we go. Going to have to use something else. Going to use another safe inside run. Strong eye halfback blast. And we take that up. We're inside the 5. And once again, to show you something different from fullback flare, we're going to go weak eye triple post. Once again, that's what the play looks like, but all we're going to look to do is hit the tight end right away. So we snap it, a step back, hit the tight end. He's got his defender boxed out, and we're in for our final touchdown. Here we go, bunch spacing. 4-3 zone, it's not countered, so we're going to hold up at that 45-degree angle and immediately snap it. And sometimes that middle linebacker is so fast that he shuts it down. I've seen other ways, but with the speed cap removal, I used to loop around against 4-3. I've had better luck going up at that 45-degree angle. So we'll take one final look at the drives, just looking over. Empty trips stick has been absolutely money. Absolutely money, quickly becoming one of my new favorite plays. So we're going to stop it there, 22 on the day. Sorry yesterday, if you thought it was clickbait, it was satire, because KB Legends, between his, get guaranteed elites with an exclamation point in Pro Packs hack, and his sneak peek of Madden Mobile 19 that didn't give you a single sneak peek. I just wanted to kind of troll it and do a satire. You're not going to see clickbait from me, guys. That's not my style. You're going to see coaching, and I'm going to keep trying to work on getting the coaching better. But if you like this video or what I'm trying to do here on the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hang out for a week or two, track your scores. I promise if you implement smart play calling, down and distance management, play recycling, your scores will go up. And if you have questions or if there's anything I can clarify for you, leave something down in the comment. I try to read and respond to all those comments while I'm still a small channel. So I want to help you guys out. Helping you guys get better is why my channel exists. If you want to see what I drop, when I drop it, go ahead and hit that bell icon to join the notification squad. I love you guys. You are the best audience ever. I will see you tomorrow. CHF out.